Welcome to Neural Nexus Podcast, where we explore the hottest topics shaping the world. Let's dive in.
So, this Elon Musk thing, right? It's wild.
Yeah.
The news just broke that he might be leaving the Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE.
Oh, wow.
Sooner than planned, I mean. Like, way sooner. We're talking April 2nd, 2025. Not late May, as originally,
Right.
scheduled. So welcome to this deep dive where we're going to really dissect this whole thing.
Okay.
What Musk leaving could mean, for the government's efforts to, cut costs
Yeah.
for his own companies, Tesla, SpaceX, the whole, tech and government landscape.
Yeah.
It's big.
It's a lot. I mean, this isn't just one guy leaving a temporary gig.
Right.
It's about how the private sector and the government, they bump up against each other.
They're messy.
Really messy, yeah. And trying to make the whole federal government more efficient, that's
Oh, man.
that's a beast.
Totally. Okay, so for those maybe not, totally up to speed,
Sure.
DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, it's this temporary group,
Yeah.
right? And Musk came in with Vivek Ramaswamy
Right.
back in November 2024.
Uh-huh.
Special government employees, what they called them.
And that's key, it's temporary, very specific limits.
Okay.
The idea was Musk uses his AI stuff, gets public input,
Yeah.
finds ways to cut spending, 130 days, no salary, that was the deal.
Right. And they got busy quick. We saw reports everywhere, ABC, Fox, you name it.
Oh, yeah.
DOGE was proposing some bold stuff.
Like what?
Okay, so there was this talk of shutting down USAID.
USA.
Yeah, the International Development Aid Agency. Huge debate, obviously.
Oh, I bet.
Then they had these insanely dumb spending leaderboards online, pointing out,
Oh, I saw those.
wasteful spending.
Yeah.
And then, get this, they were talking about, $5,000 stimulus checks,
No way.
but funded by the savings DOGE found.
So,
I know, right?
it's ambitious. I mean, USA, that's global impact stuff.
It's huge.
And those leaderboards, yeah, catchy, but what's the full
Yeah.
context, right?
Exactly. And the stimulus checks, nice idea, but
Can it even work?
yeah. Then there's Musk's whole style, right?
Yeah.
Always on X, formerly Twitter,
Oh, yeah.
announcements, everything. Maximum transparency, he said in February.
Huh. It's interesting, right? Trying to be open, but he's bypassing the usual government channels.
Totally. And people reacted strongly both ways.
Makes sense.
You had Trump and his base. They loved it.
Right.
Outsiders shaking things up. But then protests, tons of criticism.
Uh-huh.
Slash and burn is what they
It's
call
a
it.
flash and burn, yeah. See, this is it, right? People want efficiency,
Yeah,
but are we cutting too much, too fast? That's the fear.
totally. And then there were the controversies, right? Conflicts of interest, big time.
Oh, right.
Musk running DOGE, but also Tesla, SpaceX, all while they have these huge government contracts.
Yeah.
SpaceX alone got $14 billion since 2008, the report said.
It's tricky, someone with that much skin in the game telling the government how to spend. Richard Painter, a former White House ethics lawyer, he said on NPR back in February,
Yeah.
can Musk really be impartial when it comes to decisions affecting his own companies? And with DOGE looking at everything the government spends,
Yeah.
there's bound to be overlap, right?
Totally. And it wasn't just talk. It went legal. CRUW, Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington.
Okay.
They sued, saying DOGE's structure violated the Federal Advisory Committee Act.
Oh.
They claimed it was too cozy with private interests, basically.
So, how much influence should someone from the private sector have? That's what it boils down to, right?
Huge question. And the public was split, too. The ABC News Ipsos poll in March, 53% said Musk's role was unethical,
Really?
but 42% said it was innovative. Talk about a divide.
It's like people saw two completely different things happening.
Right. And even inside the White House, there were issues.
Whoa.
Yeah, reports of clashes, especially with Marco Rubio, Trump's Secretary of State pick. They apparently disagreed big time on spending priorities. And White House aides, they were reportedly, managing Musk,
The manager,
trying to keep him in line, basically. Because his approach, it was
too much, too fast.
something like that. Stephen Miller, they said, he even compared it to how Musk runs Twitter. Chaotic.
It's that classic clash, right? Outsider comes in, wants to change everything, but the system,
Yeah,
it pushes back.
absolutely. So now this early exit thing, it's huge.
Yeah.
Yesterday, April 1st, ABC News reported
Yeah.
Trump's been hinting Musk might leave sooner. He even said, quote, I think he's got a big company to run. At some point, he's going to be going back.
Mm. Sounds like Trump gets it, right? That Musk has a lot on his plate.
Right. And the White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, she confirmed on X that Musk's still leaving in late May.
But Trump's words, they suggest something shifting, right?
Yeah, and I mean, think about the pressure Musk's under.
Oh, it's got to be intense.
Tesla stock dropped 15% this quarter, the Wall Street Journal reported, because of competition in China. SpaceX's Starlink is growing like crazy.
Yeah.
And xAI, his AI company, just got $6 billion in funding, Bloomberg said.
That's a lot to handle. I mean, even part-time DOGE takes time, energy.
Totally. And with Tesla struggling, Starlink going global, xAI in this AI race.
It's no wonder he might want out.
Exactly. And Trump even said he wants to leave. Plus, reports say Musk's handing over DOGE stuff to Ramaswamy already.
Sounds like a transition's happening, yeah. But remember, Musk's 130 days were supposed to end May 25th.
Right.
So we're talking a few weeks early, potentially.
Which could still have a ripple effect. Goldman Sachs analysts are saying Musk leaving could boost Tesla stock by 5%.
Investors want him focused on Tesla, clearly. And for DOGE, I mean, losing Musk.
Yeah.
Big loss. Ramaswamy's good, but Musk brought this, energy, this momentum.
It's hard to replace.
Right. So what happens now, DOGE, their plans, they might stall. That $10 billion IT spending cut.
CNN reported on that, yeah.
It's probably in trouble now. Congress was already skeptical, and without Musk...
It's tougher to push through.
Yeah. And politically. Oh, this is going to be fun to watch. Republicans, some might be okay with Musk leaving.
Slightly relieved, maybe.
Right. But others, they'll be upset. And Democrats, oh, they'll have a field day. Chuck Schumer already called DOGE Musk's vanity project.
They'll use this to say it was a bad idea from the start.
Definitely. It shows you how divided we are, right?
Right.
About the role of, super rich people in government.
Hurdly. And Musk's legacy. I mean, for Trump's base, he's a hero.
Went in, fought the system.
Right. But critics, they'll say this proves he overreached, that it's dangerous to have so much power in one person's hands.
It depends on how you see him already, right?
Yeah. And the Gallup poll in March, it was almost 50-50. 48% approval, 47% disapproval.
Divided right down the middle. It's fascinating, And this whole trend, tech leaders in government.
Does this open the door for more Bezos, Zuckerberg, who knows?
Or does this scare them off? All the legal stuff, the ethics questions, the infighting.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot to risk. Those legal experts at Reuters said, we might be setting a precedent for conflicts we'll regret.
So looking forward, what's next? Musk probably goes all in on his companies.
Right. Tesla's fighting BYD, Starlink's going global, xAI's in the AI race.
Big stuff.
Yeah.
And Trump. He'll probably spin this as a win.
Brought in an outsider, shook things up, that kind of narrative.
Yeah. But DOGE without Musk, who knows? Can Ramaswamy keep it going?
That's the big question. So we've covered a lot, but it leaves us with more questions than answers.
Right. Will the cost-cutting efforts die down without Musk? What'll his legacy be? Did this change how tech leaders view government involvement?
Big questions. What do you think? Should Musk have stayed? Should billionaires be in these roles at all?
It's a story that's not over yet, that's for sure. This whole tech and politics thing in 2025, it's wild.
Yeah, it's wild.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Keep thinking about all this, because it's not going away.
Definitely not.
And who knows what's next.